basketball encounter. It is Community Day in Augusta, and we're excited to be here to bring you live coverage of Augusta University taking on Livingstone, the Blue Bears, who have the basketball and scoring immediately. Driving to the basket, that's Dre Alexander with the opening field goal of the contest. She's out of Charlotte, a senior-led team as well, as the Jaguars answer back with a left-handed layup by Tamaya Alford. Alford, the junior sensation, 16 points, 5 rebounds in our most recent contest. A victory over Claflin, 62-48 in Orangeburg on Thursday. So after a brief hiatus with 1 day off, the Jaguars back on the floor looking for their 6th victory and only 1 defeat thus far this year. 5-1 is the record, 2-1 on the home floor. The last time out on the home floor, we lost a big-time matchup against Wingate. Wingate, as I mentioned, having a great pedigree in our last broadcast, great pedigree for basketball, and it was a nip-and-tuck affair. The young lady that just shot that one was Kennedy Manning, sporting some new locks. Blue in color with a little aqua dropped in there as well. Easy to find on the floor as that shot again is up and down by Dre Alexander. So Alexander with 2 quick field goals. The senior out of Charlotte by way of the transfer portal as they get the ball on the wing. Driving and scoring again. That is number 3, Alyssa Boyce. Boyce, another senior out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. 5'6", as she gets the biscuit in the basket to give her team a 6-2 lead. So the 5 on the floor for Augusta. The starters out there. Tamaya Alford, aforementioned. Joining her in the backcourt, we've got Monet Florence. Kiera Howard gets the basketball there. Autumn Phillips, and the post player is the one and only Kennedy Manning. Misses that shot there, so Kennedy, after going 11 of 18 shooting and a career night for sure. 28 points, 17 rebounds. The former Peach Belt Conference Rookie of the Year, Freshman of the Sensation, and also a Player of the Week thus far this year, the first week of the season. Off to a tremendous start in this, her senior campaign. Alford gives way to Florence, up top to Howard. Howard likes to run the point duties, and she can find the hole like that. Kiera Howard, she's a stat sheet stuffer supremes. 9 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 5 steals versus Claflin just a couple of days ago. Out of McDonough, Georgia, Kiera Howard. Jaguars in a zone defense, 2-3, but kind of an amoeba zone, morphing out to wherever the players are. Florence on the break. Florence drives, kicks it over to Alford, who powers it up, no good. Followed up inside by Alford, and it finds the bottom. If at first you don't succeed, try a little harder. As Tamaya Alford off to a fast start. She's got 4 of the Jaguars' 6, and we're deadlocked at 6. That's Papakan Standanu. She has the basketball, number 14. Member of our all-name team. From the perimeter, that 3 ball is headed our way, and it will not be run down by Livingstone. It'll be a Jaguar basketball. The Blue Bears of Livingstone, 4-3 thus far this season. Coach Wester does a wonderful job. This squad counted on the other side by Celeste Stewart, the interim head coach of Augusta, off to a tremendous start. And she's assisted by Lindsey Payton and Renwick Yogi Lee. Jaguars looking for their first lead of the game as they've got the ball on the perimeter. Driving is Howard, the floater, good, but there was a whistle prior to the shot attempt. The sideline out of bounds to the Jags. Blue Bears with 2 team fouls thus far. Augusta yet to have a whistle blown against them. Comes up to the top in the hands of Howard. Howard looking for help. Bounce pass to Alford, top of the circle. Alford travels. Jaguars were able to use a 16-7 run in the third quarter to open up a tight game against Claflin on the road. So the Jaguars doing quite well, undefeated on the road thus far this year. Alexander has the handle, goes to the top, and the free throw line, knocking down the jump shot, Jemiah Lane. It's another look at Lane, turning and facing and dropping it home, nothing but bottoms. Stone Mountain, Georgia. Kennedy Manning doing her work. Good to see her get off to that fast start after she missed the first couple of shots. But Lane out of Thompson, Georgia. This is a homecoming of sorts for her. Closest team that they'll play this season. The former Bulldog, as the shot goes up, no good. Loose ball rebound pulled out by Manning. 17 boards. That's doing some work in Orangeburg on Thursday. Kiera Howard puts up a shot. It's too strong. Loose ball rebound. And we got an injured player who's down, breathing in pain. So we get an injured player. Sports medicine team here in Augusta will assess the situation. We wish her the best. We get a chance to go a little deeper into the numbers for your Jaguars. And again, they're off to a tremendous start this season. We're going to take a timeout. We'll come back after the injury timeout on the floor. 5:12 left to play, and we're deadlocked at 8. You're listening and watching Jaguar basketball.
We are soulful, legendary in our own right, and undeniably funky. Home to an experience like no other. And nestled on the warm banks of the mighty Savannah River, Augusta is calling you. Welcome to a place of charm and opportunity, and a customized experience. Here we build, think, grow, and forge. Augusta University, an experience like no other.
We have a unique, compelling story that deserves to be told. We are ambitious, brave, fearless, and fresh. When others see challenges, we see opportunities. We have an innovative spirit that runs through our veins. It inspires us to reimagine and recreate the future, and not to only be different, but to make a difference.
I help discover treatments that make a difference in patients' lives.
And welcome back inside the Christenberry Fieldhouse on this Saturday afternoon, Community Day. And once again, the young lady who was injured up under her own power and making her way over to the sports medicine trainer for Augusta University. Does a tremendous job, and we'll have a look at her. Appears as if she may have hit her head on the hardwood. And that was Jemiah Lane, the young lady we were mentioning a moment ago, the senior from Thompson. Not at all the way that she wanted to begin her homecoming endeavor. On the wing, the fling. Way off the mark, but off the hands of Monet Florence, who wasn't expecting it to miss everything. And that'll be Livingstone basketball. And we've got a timeout on the floor. The media timeout comes up at exactly 5 minutes left to play in the first quarter. Jaguars and Blue Bears tied at 8.
We have a unique, compelling story that deserves to be told. We are ambitious, brave, fearless, and fresh. When others see challenges, we see opportunities. We have an innovative spirit that runs through our veins. It inspires us to reimagine and recreate the future, and not to only be different, but to make a difference.
I help discover treatments that make a difference in patients' lives.
I inspire my students to achieve their full potential.
Seeing student athletes perform at their best drives me to coach.
I feel at home here, training side by side with experts in cybersecurity.
I'm dedicated to train our future leaders to serve our country.
I'm the first in my family to attend college.
I roar for Jag Nation. We're ambitious and fearless.
I'm driven to protect and serve Jag Nation.
A calling.
A campus.
A legacy.
A roar.
Augusta University is an experience like no other.
There you see the 5 on the floor for Augusta. The starting unit remains on the floor as we are halfway through the opening quarter of play. 10-minute quarters in the women's college basketball game. Men play 2 20-minute halves. And the inbounds partially deflected by Alford. Shot clock at 15. And that's Alexander with possession of the basketball on this Community Day Saturday in Augusta. Nearly lost control of the dribble. Howard right there to take it away. Howard, a staunch defensive player, and now we got another player down. And the official stopping play as Augusta had numbers down the other end. This is Dre Alexander who's on the hardwood. And while the sports trainer was working on one player down the other end, her assistant, so helping this young lady out. We're going to take a quick timeout, and we come back with more basketball. You're watching Augusta University basketball on the Peach Belt Network.
We are soulful, legendary in our own right, and undeniably funky. Home to an experience like no other. And nestled on the warm banks of the mighty Savannah River, Augusta is calling you. Welcome to a place of charm and opportunity, and a customized experience. Here we build, think, grow, and forge. Augusta University, an experience like no other.
And we're back inside the Christenberry Fieldhouse. You're seeing some of the first half replays of exciting action. Driving to the basket and scoring inside was Dre Alexander, getting him off to a fast start. Augusta countering, getting to the hole themselves. Tamaya Alford with the left hand. And then another assist. This is Kennedy Manning's basket as Tamaya Alford took care of her excellent feed. And then, as I said, the end-to-end action, as you might expect with an 8-8 game. Beautiful left-handed layup put up and down by Jemiah Lane. And one more look at Lane as she rises up and drops one home. And that way we're deadlocked at 8 apiece. So we have an injured player on the floor. That is their point guard, Dre Alexander. Will not show it as she suffered an injury to her facial area. It looks like a nose injury. And we're going to take a timeout. More basketball action coming your way in just a few moments.
Soulful, legendary in our own right, and undeniably funky. Home to an experience like no other. And nestled on the warm banks of the mighty Savannah River, Augusta is calling you. Welcome to a place of charm and opportunity, and a customized experience. Here we build, think, grow, and forge. Augusta University, an experience like no other.
And we're back inside the Christenberry Fieldhouse. You're seeing some of the first half replays of exciting action. Driving to the basket and scoring inside was Dre Alexander, getting him off to a fast start. Augusta countering, getting to the hole themselves. To my Alford with the left hand. And then another assist. This is Kennedy Manning's basket as Tamaya Alford took care of her excellent feed. And then
experience like no other. Like no other. We are soulful, legendary in our own right, and undeniably funky. Home to an experience like no other. And nestled on the warm banks of the mighty Savannah River, Augusta is calling you. Welcome to a place of charm and opportunity, and a customized experience. Here we build, think, grow, and forge. Augusta University, an experience like no other.
We have a unique, compelling story that deserves to be told. We are ambitious, brave, fearless, and fresh. When others see challenges, we see opportunities. We have an innovative spirit that runs through our veins. It inspires us to reimagine and recreate the future.
Field goal, the sophomore. There's a steal by Kennedy Manning. Manning, coast to coast. Kennedy Manning showing her dribbling capabilities, anticipating the pass, getting the steal, and taking it to the house. 12-8 is our score. From the top of the circle, a deep three attempt, deflected out of bounds, last touch by number 5, Jordan Alexander. So Augusta will take over the possession underneath the Blue Bear basket. Livingstone 4-3, Augusta 5-1. Non-conference matchup and pressure. Over the top, Tamaya Alford. She drives to the basket, lays it up softly, and it finds the bottom. Tamaya Alford. She's got 6. Jaguars after the injury timeout on a 6-0 run. Livingstone out of sorts after 2 of their players were injured. One seeing a doctor on the far side. That was Dre Alexander. The other, the local product, Jemiah Lane, she went down. I think she may be also seeing medical attention as we had an illegal dribble. And now the Jaguars with their first substitutions of the contest. Coming into the game, we've got Samaria Jennings, and also joining her is Yamani Paul. So we've got the Twin Tower formation. We saw that in the last game. Jennings gets out on the perimeter, and a bank shot. Papa Constantinu with the basket. She's out of Athens, Greece. Attended Victory Christian Center High School. Junior. Her first field goal of the game. And we've got a timeout on the floor. 2:35 left. And Jaguars wanting to call that TO to assess some gaps in their defense. But you get a chance to see the interim head coach, that is Celeste Stewart. Also a good look at Lindsey Payton. Works really closely with the young ladies especially our forwards and center. Jaguars with 3 players at 6'1" on the roster. One that we've not seen as yet. We may see her a little later on. She got into the last couple of contests. Was Malia Grace, junior transfer. Looking at some early numbers from this contest, Kennedy Manning with 4 points. Tamai Alford with 6 lead the way for Augusta. Alexander with 4 points tops the scoring for her team. And that's the Blue Bears. Driving to the basket is Autumn Phillips. Ball taken away by number 3, Alyssa Boyce. Bounce pass on the right side. Operating Jordan Alexander. Goes to the basket. And the shot goes up no good. There's a whistle. There's a foul. Elson Tamaya Alford back into the game. Yamani Paul will check out. 2:10 remaining. And the left-hander at the free throw line. First one up and rattles out. No good. Second one in the air, and it's perfect. So the junior out of Stone Mountain, Georgia. She tickles the twine on the second one to make it a 3-point game and a 1-possession game as well with 2:07 left, and now more pressure. They throw it over the top. Manning loses control of the basketball. And here come the Blue Bears with an opportunity to tie or take the lead. Driving. A little bit of push off there. Briggs kicks it over into the hands of Alexander, who drives and scores. So Jordan with 3 points in a row for the Blue Bears, and they're down by 1. Jaguars' largest lead is 6. Livingstone's largest advantage was 4. Livingstone led it early, 6-2, before the Jaguars made feverish run to take the lead. Kiara Howard moving the ball from left to right. Now Florence. Manning, left-handed layup. She misses it, tries to get the follow-up. .55 seconds left on the dribble drive. So Florence will trigger. Gets it in the hands, and now they'll kick the ball over. And as they do in the hands of Jennings, Papakonstantinu comes up. And it'll be Jaguar basketball. They'll retain the possession. I think it was a kickball. I couldn't see the signal by the official. The second official was right in my vantage, my line of vision. So Kiara Howard has it. Drives to the hole, puts it up off the hook shot, no good. Smallest lady on the floor pulls that board. That's Boyce. To the basket they go, and they miss the bunny. That was Farrell with that shot attempt. Now Howard. 15 seconds. Shot clock is off. Howard will dribble it out. Florence gets it down to Manning. Manning cuts the cutter. That's Alford, who lays it up. No good, but there's a whistle and a foul.
So Alyssa Boyce picking up the personal foul. We'll send Tamaya Alford to the line, 5'8" junior. 6 early points in this game. Make it 7. Alford misses the second, but it was rebounded by Manning. High off the glass with that shot attempt. And the heave-ho from half court comes up shy, and we played 1 quarter inside the Christenberry Fieldhouse with your score. Augusta 15, Livingstone 13. You're watching Augusta University basketball.
And not to only be different, but to make a difference.
I help discover treatments that make a difference in patients' lives.
I inspire my students to achieve their full potential.
Seeing student athletes perform at their best drives me the coach.
I feel at home here, training side by side with experts in cybersecurity.
I'm dedicated to train our future leaders to serve our country.
I'm the first in my family to attend college.
I roar for Jag Nation. We're ambitious and fearless.
I'm driven to protect and serve Jag Nation.
A calling.
A campus.
A legacy.
A roar.
Augusta University is an experience like no other.
As we're back to live action inside the Christenberry Fieldhouse, this is Community Day, early December affair, an annual event here, free admission to the public as we've got folks coming in throughout the CSRA to watch the Jaguars play. Livingstone, early going in this contest, 15-13 our score. As we get another look. On the high, over the window, that's Monet Florence, first field goal of the game. So a nip and tuck affair, similar to what we've seen throughout the season with Augusta. They play teams tight in that opening quarter. And pretty consistent scoring as well. Over the last few days, a few games, they've been right around that 15 to 18 point total in that first quarter. The perimeter 3 ball in the air, no good. Rebounded, pulled off there by Howard. She races in the front court, goes left side to Autumn Phillips for 3. Phillips had a tremendous 3-point shooting game a couple of contests ago. Misfired on that one, the long rebound knocked out of bounds. But they actually called a foul on that play. As that goes against Yamani Paul, she can't believe it. She walks off in disgust. She has 2 fouls. She'll have to have a seat. We'll have a conversation with Lindsey Payton on the sidelines. Now they work in the low post with Paul out of the lineup. They bring their version of the Twin Towers. That's Farrell. And number 23 out there is Chambers. Chambers is out of Australia. Farrell is out of North Charleston. Augusta breaks the press. Now they got numbers. 2-on-1. Bounce pass underneath. Alford elevates, and she gets it partially blocked. Four-point game. In that opening quarter, Livingstone shot 37.5%. Augusta 41.2% from the floor. Jaguars 0 for 1 from long distance. Livingstone 0 for 6 from deep. 1 of 2 for each team from the free throw line. So I'm sure Coach will be happy with the defensive effort. That's Coach Celeste Stewart. Want to improve a little bit on their rebounding here in this second period, although we out-rebounded them, doubled them up 14-7. To the inbound underneath. Beautiful pass and a bucket. Scoring that field goal was Naisha Green out of Quincy, Florida. She's a freshman, and they score again. This is Shatera Farrell. So Farrell's on the board. And we're deadlocked at 17, but only for a moment. Monet Florence, she's active up and down the floor, getting ahead of the defense and finishing at the rim. 2-3 zone defense, as we called it the amoeba a little bit earlier. They morph to wherever the ball is, looking for opportunities to stop the defenders as Florence tried to get out in the passing lanes. Leads to an open jump shot that's knocked home. Alyssa Boyce, that's her second field goal. She's got 4. And now another break opportunity. Offer. Pump fakes. Kisses it off the window. No good. There's a whistle. And there'll be a foul against the Blue Bears.
Foul on Livingstone, number 42, Sierra Farrell. Her first, the team's second of the quarter. At the line of the Jaguars, they're shooting 2. Number 12, Tamaya Alford.
Tamaya Alford making the first one here. She made the first in her last opportunity. 66.7% free throw shooter on the season. And she makes a pair. 9 points in the game for Alford. Tossed in 16 in the victory over Claflin. This player loses her sneakers at the top. Now they work to the high post. Turning and facing. Plenty of time in that three-point line area. Now they go back into her again. This time she's stolen away by Alford. Then taken back. Then Alford takes it away. Hits it ahead to Autumn Phillips. We've got a player down, 2 players down right in front of us. So Monet Florence will trigger, I believe. She and Autumn Phillips doing some light cleanup duties right in front of us. Kiara Howard out there along with Autumn Phillips, Tamaya Alford, Kennedy Manning, and Monet Florence. Florence open but didn't want the look. Goes to Alford for the mid-range. No good. Rebounded by Manning, who lays it up and in. Kennedy Manning has a nose for the basketball and she gets it done. Look at that positioning inside. Carves out some space and finishes right there at the rim. 23-19 is our score. Jaguars on a 4-0 run to take the advantage back. The tall Australian takes the ball and kicks it out on the wing. Now she'll get it back. Perimeter jump shot in the air. It's pure. Brianna Chambers tickling the twine. Now the Jaguars forcing the issue for a Tamaya Alford basket. Alford rolling. She's taking care of business. 11 points in the game. They try the high-low game. This time it doesn't work out for them as the Jaguars stepped up and made the play of plays. We needed that one. Blue Bears a trigger underneath their own, trailing by 4. There's an offensive foul, illegal screen. We'll give the ball back to the Jaguars. Alyssa Boyce picking up the personal, and that will put the Blue Bears over the limit and send Augusta to the line.
At the line for Augusta, Autumn Phillips.
Autumn Phillips at the line. First time at the line this afternoon, and she buries it. Phillips had 24 points in the loss to Wingate, a career high for her. Phillips, the sophomore out of Fairburn, makes a pair here. So Autumn Phillips knocking those home to extend the lead to 6, equaling the largest lead for Augusta in this contest. On the season, Phillips a 76% free throw shooter. As Lane back into the lineup after her earlier injury, showing no ill signs as she scores on that one. Bounce pass in the paint. Kennedy Manning off the window. So Kennedy Manning now with 8. Appears to be headed toward another double-double performance. Manning trying to lock down defensively out of that zone. But the rebound came back into the hands of Lane. She finds her teammate for the runner. No, that shot attempt up by Green, no good, and pulled out and into the hands of Phillips. Autumn gets the high ball screen, slides past, steps up, 10-footer in the air, and it's good. Autumn Phillips makes the 2 free throws and then knocks down the short jump shot. She's got 6. 4:23 left in the second quarter from the perimeter. Man, they're knocking down shots now. Both teams warming up to this afternoon affair. That's Samaya Briggs, her first field goal. She's got 3. 31-26. We got a 3-on-2 break. 2-man game, and it works to perfection. Actually, all 3 players touched the ball. Alford got it to the half-court mark, went left, and they came back right for the bucket. Now the triangle offense leads to an easy bucket. They broke down the zone and got it inside to Lane. So Lane is starting to heat up. Talked about Augusta's 2-3. It's a 2-1-2, it appears, on the part of the Blue Bears. Fast break opportunity off the miss. Hesitation dribble to the bucket as a whistle, and there'll be a foul against the Jaguars. That one will go against Autumn Phillips, who disagrees with the call. And we've got an official timeout on the floor. 3:13 left to play in the second quarter. The Jaguars up 33-28. You're watching Jaguar basketball.
We have a unique, compelling story that deserves to be told. We are ambitious, brave, fearless, and fresh. When others see challenges, we see opportunities. We have an innovative spirit that runs through our veins. It inspires us to reimagine and recreate the future, and not to only be different, but to make a difference.
I help discover treatments that make a difference in patients' lives.
I inspire my students to achieve their full potential.
Seeing student athletes perform at their best draws me the coach.
I feel at home here, training side by side with experts in cybersecurity.
I'm dedicated to train our future leaders to serve our country.
I'm the first in my family to attend college.
I roar for Jag Nation. We're ambitious and fearless.
I'm driven to protect and serve Jag Nation.
A calling.
A campus.
A legacy.
A roar.
Augusta University is an experience like no other.
Inside the Christenberry Fieldhouse, Maurice Sumter, the assistant coach for Livingstone, the Blue Bears. Boyce at the line. First time at the line for her. Just the third attempt from the free throw line so far in the first half, and she misses a pair. Another rebound from Manning. She'll get it down in the offensive end. Double team. Went with that patented left hook. And waiting for her was Lane. Great job of scouting by Lane to come from that far right-hand side of their 2-3 over to the other side to get the deflection, but she got a little bit of the hand, so Kennedy Manning will head to the line. Manning is a 63% free throw shooter, 17 of 27 on the season. First time at the line for Manning. In double figures with 10. Manning misses a pair of free throws. Tamaya Alford leads the attack for Augusta with 11 points. Leading scorer on the other side for Livingstone as they drive to the hole. And an offensive foul is called as Jemiah Lane, the Thompson native. She's got 6. 6 points, 2 rebounds for Jemiah Lane. 4 points in the game for Alexander. 4 for Boyce. Those are your leading scorers for Livingstone. Touched on the fact that Alford leads us with 11 points. You got Manning with 10. 10 and 6 rebounds thus far. 6 points in the game for Autumn Phillips. Those are your leaders for Augusta. Monet Florence has 4, and Kiera Howard has the remaining 2 for the Jaguars. Alford kicks it over to Autumn Phillips, and she drives, and now she falls down. She and Lane get tangled up. And for Lane, that is her third personal foul here in the first half. She'll have to have a seat the remainder of the half and maybe a portion of the second half. Big foul called there against Livingstone. I know Lane is super excited about the Thompson Bulldogs' ascension this season in football. She's keeping up with it. They won last night, meaning they'll play for the state championship on Friday afternoon. Play up at Georgia State in Atlanta. Turn and face, the shot no good. And they try to get it over to Phillips, and I think the ball was on the end line. It'll go back over to Livingstone. Just over 2 minutes left to go. We're in the second quarter from the Christenberry Fieldhouse Community Day. Opportunity for fans to come in to watch the Jaguar women play in a single game endeavor. The men are on the road. We'll check in with them as they're up in Virginia Union today. And there's a collision on the inbound. That last field goal was made by Farrell. We've got a whistle and another player with 3 fouls. And this time it is Briggs. So Samaya Briggs picking up her third. Now they do have a healthy bench, so the 2 key cogs for the Blue Bears in foul difficulty. Second one is up and down as well.
Checking in for Augusta, Aaliyah Grace.
Aaliyah Grace will check in for the Jaguars, the junior. She comes in for Kennedy Manning as there's a wayward pass, reach in from behind, and Kiera Howard will get whistled for the swipe. The intended pilfer did not work out for her. So 36-30 is our count. 94 seconds left to go. We're in the second quarter. Jaguars' largest lead has been 8 off the inbound. Tried to hoist it up, no good. There's a follow-up, no good. And there's Big Grace pulling down the board. Amazing Grace with the board right there. She gives the high ball screen, sets up Monet Florence from the wing. And that one will go out of bounds off the Blue Bears. It'll be Jaguar basketball. Kiera Howard had the giant cape that she pulled out of the way at the last second. And the ball got kicked out of bounds off the kneecap of number 12 that time. That was Green. So they'll bring it to the top. 74 seconds left. Howard on the floater. Front iron no good, and then she tips it out of bounds, but they say last touched. That's number 3 in there. Boyce. So Boyce and Howard battling for that board. Again, the experience of the grad student paying off for the Jaguars. Florence, left side to Howard. She'll drive. Now kick it over the top, but behind Grace. Got to put it in that shooting pocket for Grace. She can catch and fire that one up with the left hand from that side. Jaguars now in a man-to-man. Perimeter 3 in the air. Tried to bank it from that difficult angle, and there's another rebound for Grace. So she's paying major dividends for her team thus far. Setting high ball screens. She'll try to do that again here if Howard needs it. There's a 9-second differential between shot and game clock. Howard with the yo-yo dribble. Trying to get to the right side. Her defender realizes she gets all the way to the hole. Lays it up and in. Kiera Howard. Another look. Kiera Howard finishing right there. The right hand. That's a carry violation. Illegal dribble. The Jaguars will have it with 5.5 seconds left. They've got 3 guards in the backcourt. Florence. I think one of those guards, well, now they're going to bring pressure, so I guess they do have to stay back. They'll try to get it to Howard. She's got it. She gets the high ball screen. Then she slides down and takes a long slide down the sidelines. This Clint L. Bryant court is pristine. She slid about 20 feet. It's now the final seconds of the first half. That shot comes up short. And we played 20 minutes inside the Christenberry Fieldhouse on Community Day. The Jaguars up by 8, 38-30. You're watching Jaguar basketball. Up next is our halftime report with Jack Johnson. Stay tuned, everyone. You're watching Jaguar basketball.
We have a unique, compelling story that deserves to be told. We are ambitious, brave, fearless, and fresh. When others see challenges, we see opportunities. We have an innovative spirit that runs through our veins. It inspires us to reimagine and recreate the future, and not to only be different, but to make a difference.
I help discover treatments that make a difference in patients' lives.
I inspire my students to achieve their full potential.
Seeing student athletes perform at their best drives me the coach.
I feel at home here, training side by side with experts in cybersecurity.
I'm dedicated to train our future leaders to serve our country.
I'm the first in my family to attend college.
I roar for Jag Nation. We're ambitious and fearless.
I'm driven to protect and serve Jag Nation.
A calling.
A campus.
A legacy.
A roar.
Augusta University is an experience like no other.
Augusta University, an experience like no other.
We have a unique, compelling story that deserves to be told. We are ambitious, brave, fearless, and fresh. When others see challenges, we see opportunities. We have an innovative
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Jack Johnson coming at you from inside the Kristen Berrier Fieldhouse. It's halftime here. There's a lot of first half action to go over. Firstly, the Jaguars are up 8 at the half with a score of 38-30 over the Livingstone College Blue Bears. Jemiah Lane has led scoring for the Blue Bears with 6 points apiece, and then Adreja Alexander and Alyssa Boyce have also 4 points apiece. The scoring is very spread out for Livingstone. On the Augusta side of things, Kennedy Manning and Tamia Alford have taken over the scoring 10 points and 14 points respectively. Now let's hear from the brains behind the operation of Augusta women's basketball as our own Art Berger got a chance to catch up with head coach Celeste Stewart.
Yeah, I think the biggest takeaway from me being an assistant coach now in the interim head coach position would definitely be just the fact of continuing the legacy. The goal doesn't change for our team, and so we just keep pushing forward, taking it one step at a time. Yes, guard play is very important for us, especially in the Peach Belt Conference. I think for us, as our guards go, our team go. So just continuing to push the tempo, paint touches inside out is going to be important for us. Yeah, our point guards, they're great contributions to our team. Kiera Howard, she's the heart and soul of our team. She's a fifth-year senior, so we call it a super senior. So glad to have her be a part of our team. And then we have Autumn Phillips, which is also a point guard for us as well. And, we go as our point guards go, so that's going to be important for us going forward.
How about your wing players? Talk about them.
Yeah, so Monet has been very beneficial to our program. She's shooting lights out right now and, just continuing to feed the ball to her. And then we also have a freshman wing player, Shamaria, which is a slasher. Tamaya Alford, which is also another player that can just get to the basket at any time. So just excited about our guard play overall. So our post players, Kennedy Manning, Yamani Paul, also Malia Grace as well. Our post players is going to be a great benefit to our team. Inside-out play is going to be important for us. Kennedy has been able to have a double-double the first 2 games, so we're just excited to see what all our post players can bring this season. So our newcomers with Yamani Paul and our freshman guard, Shamaria Jennings, we're excited about them, and also Malia Grace as well. Like, they all have been a great contribution to our team, and we're just trying to continue to get healthy and progress through the season. As far as the style of play this year compared to last year, I would definitely say we're just continuing to push the tempo, picking our moments of when we want to make sure that we're pushing the tempo, but then being able to slow it up at times as well. But we got to be able to guard in the half court, and that's going to be huge for us going forward. Hey, please come out and support us. We're so excited about the season. We're excited to see the fans, and please come out. We love you guys. Go Jags.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Some of you might not be aware of this, but the Augusta University men's basketball team is also active today as they are taking on Virginia Union on the road up in Virginia. That score is currently locked up at 20 apiece with 9:28 remaining in the first half. Speaking of the men's basketball team, we did get a chance to catch up with one of its key members and perhaps the most underrated player on the team in Darren Lucas White. I personally have been a teammate of Darren for 4 years, and he is incredibly slept on, I will say. Very humble, very great kid, and we got a chance to catch up with him. We'll show you that interview coming up.
Tell me why you are playing here at Augusta.
First off, I came to Augusta because Dip, he recruited a lot of people from the DMV area, and he had saw me in my state championship game, so therefore he saw me, saw my talent, and I came here, and it's just another way to, expand my horizon around, the world, because I live in Maryland, so me coming to Georgia is a different perspective and something that I really like to do, and it's hot out here, so yeah.
Tell me about growing up and some of the influences that you have. What brought you into basketball and growing up? Was there?
Yeah, my entire family played basketball. My mom, my sister, even my grandfather. Basketball been around for my whole life. I played multiple sports as well, but basketball is one of the best sport that majority of my family did. It's just something that I just needed to get away from Maryland. It's like a bad neighborhood where I live at, so it's just something to get away from.
Tell me about that, because a lot of people use athletics really to elevate their life and really make something different happen. Tell me how that happened with you.
I have multiple friends that, deceased because of being in the wrong place in the wrong time, so I took my part. Took time out of myself to be in the gym, work out, so I don't really have to go through that or just be in a bad situation. So my mom always told me, if you stay in the gym and you do your schoolwork, you don't have to worry about nothing else.
And how is that going to really affect your life? You've come to Augusta to really transform your life, and you can tell you're going to make this happen.
Right.
Tell me about that and how you influence others. What would you recommend to do?
Just stay to yourself, be grounded, and be coachable if you play in a sport, or just be disciplined if you're doing schoolwork as well. This world right now is different, so you have to really understand what's right and what's wrong, and just go from there.
Tell me how your faith got you through all this.
My family is very spiritual, so we believe in God throughout throughout my whole years of being here. It's just my mom being a single mom, so she just always kept God first, and I just, she motivated me to just keep it first and just keep going from there. I always been a winner, but now it's like competitor and a winner, so I appreciate Dip for doing that.
Tell me about the national championship. You got a great team this year. You got a potential run to the national championship. Mm-hmm. Tell me about what's coming together that makes you feel good about this year.
We go all the way this time and actually win it. It just comes down to defensive principles and then just believing in coach. So, it really comes down to just straight defense because, defense is just lead off offense on the end because we can score, but we got to learn how to stop people. But, we just started, so, throughout these couple of weeks and these first couple of scrimmages, we should be good.
Well, you're a great young man.
Thank you.
And you're going to go places. Hang in there.
Yes,
you're going in the right direction.
I got you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. While you were watching that interview, the score of the men's game did update. It's now 29-24 with 6:34 remaining in the first half. Hopefully the Jaguars can bring back home a W to Augusta. Updated on the women's game, the halftime score is going to be 38-30. Jaguars are up 8 at the break. The Jaguars are shooting excellent from beyond the arc at a 48.4% rate during this first half as compared to Livingstone's 42.4%. Perhaps the biggest issue for the Jaguars in the first half was turnovers. They had a big struggle trying to handle the pressure that Livingstone brought upon them, and that's going to be a key to the second half victory down the stretch. If the Jaguars want to pull home with a victory today, they're going to need to be able to handle the pressure very well. And that'll conclude this evening's halftime show. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. We're going to go ahead and get to a break.
We have a unique, compelling story that deserves to be told. We are ambitious, brave, fearless, and fresh. When others see challenges, we see opportunities. We have an innovative spirit that runs through our veins. It inspires us to reimagine and recreate the future, and not to only be different, but to make a difference.
I help discover treatments that make a difference in patients' lives.
I inspire my students to achieve their full potential.
Seeing student athletes perform at their best draws me the coach.
I feel at home here, training side by side with experts in cybersecurity.
I'm dedicated to train our future leaders to serve our country.
I'm the first in my family to attend college.
I roar for Jag Nation. We're ambitious and fearless.
I'm driven to protect and serve Jag Nation.
A calling.
A campus.
A legacy.
A roar.
Augusta University is an experience like no other.
Community Day continues with highlights from the first half and driving layup opportunities galore. Both teams forcing the issue, trying to get to the basket, and then a rare perimeter shot falls home. The Jaguars continuing with the left-handed moves of players like Autumn Phillips. And just a great first half of basketball for everyone to enjoy. Monet Florence, one of the top scorers for the Jaguars, getting it done. And we're ready to start the second half of this one as Kennedy Manning continuing to shine. Look at Manning in a variety of ways getting it done. Autumn Phillips getting in the scoring column. Rare opportunity to work for a perimeter shot. Three-point shooting has really been the key in this game in terms of ineffectiveness on both teams' parts. They have combined for a horrid 1 of 15 shooting in the first half. As we look at the other stats of interest, Augusta shooting 7 of 17 in the first quarter. That's 41.2%. Much improved in the second quarter. 8 of 14, 57.1% for a total of 48% in that first half. We mentioned the poorest shooting. 0 for 1 from distance in the first quarter. 0 for 3 in the second. 0 for 4 obviously in the first half. 8 of 12 though, they made up for it at the free throw line at 66.7%. As for Livingstone, who trails in this game by 8, they shot 14 of 33 from the floor. That's 42.4%. 1 of 10 from long range, and their free throws 1 of 4, and that will not get it done. Where Livingstone has had the advantage is in bench points. They had a 14-0 advantage in the first half. The Jaguars capitalizing on points in the paint, 28-14 as the second half is underway. From the Christenberry Fieldhouse in Augusta, Georgia, we're in the Garden City where we suffered a couple of serious injuries early on. One of the players had a nose injury, fell down, and on a drive to the basket, Kiera Howard took the basketball from her, and upon doing so, may have gotten her about the nose, or the ball hit her on the nose, I'm not sure which, but forced that player out of the lineup. That's their talented guard, Dre Alexander. We've not seen her. And then prior to that, the local product, Jemiah Lane, she suffered an injury. She went down. I think she hit the back of her head on the hardwood, but she's since come back and been an active part of this contest. Kiera Howard running the offense for Augusta. They work the ball to Autumn Phillips, who drives. Phillips shoots it off the side of the rim. Rare miss for Phillips in that close range. Phillips comes away a little hobbled. They'll try to get back defensively as the Jaguars lining up in a zone defense. Kennedy Manning holding her post position as she gets the rebound off the shot miss. And back they come the other way. That shot attempt put up there by Farrell. And now it's to my Alford. Alford steps through, puts up the jump shot too strong. Manning taps it to herself, puts it off the window and scores. Kennedy Manning. Tremendous first half for Manning. Kennedy Manning with 10 points and 8 rebounds. That's another rebound, so give her 9, one more away from a double-double. Manning on the season, she averages 15.2 points a game, 11 rebounds a contest. I mentioned earlier, she's already won one Peach Belt Conference Player of the Week award, and I think if she finishes this one off in style, she might be up for another one. 28-17 versus Claflin on Thursday. Solid performance that she had in the game prior to that against Wingate. 40-30 is the advantage. The largest lead for Augusta is right now at 10. Manning kicks it out. Shot clock still with plenty of time on it as Monet Florence goes to the well. And they say she pushed it out of bounds and she runs away with a wry smile. You see her right there. Your leading scorers in that first half, as Jack told you, 14 points in the game for Tamaya Alford. She had 3 rebounds, 3 assists in that first half, along with a steal. Kennedy Manning with the 10 points and 8 rebounds. Those were your lone double-digit scores. 6 points in the game for Autumn Phillips. So now for the perimeter. The Blue Bears trying to get the ball to the basket, and there's a traveling violation. Blue Bears started their season off on November the 12th as they took on West Virginia State University, a 90-60 setback. That was in the Atlantic Region Tip-Off Challenge, and then Glenville State defeated them 85-56. There's a dribble drive to the bucket. Shot attempt up no good by Howard. Gets her own. Tries to get it over to Manning and it's stolen away. Racehorse basketball as they go to the hole. Another extra step, no call, but there's a follow-up inside and it's good. That's Lane with the field goal. In her homecoming, 6 points in the first half. Give her her 8th point there. And the lead is down to 8. Monet Florence lining up a 3-ball, and it's good. Monet Florence. Florence bringing down rain with that jump shot. For Florence, her first made 3, and for the Jaguars, their first made 3 in 5 attempts thus far. Run the perimeter, looking. Nothing available in the post, so they'll bring it up top and reset. High ball screen. Now the drive to the bucket. The floater over the top of the rim. Rebounded by Alford. Hit-ahead pass. She's got Howard underneath. Howard off the window. Kiara Howard and Monet Florence providing the offense to get us started here in the second half. Jaguars on a 5-2 run. And now their largest lead is 13. That 3-ball is no good. We got a rebound. We got a whistle. That is Boyce's 3rd personal foul, and now she will have to sit by the coach. So Boyce checks out. And in to spell her, number 12 comes in the lineup. That's Green. You got it down low to Kennedy Manning for a 6'1" frame with those long arms. She's able to draw a foul. This time against number 23, that's Chambers. So for Chambers, that's her second. Manning knocks it home. Kennedy Manning on the season, the leading scorer for the Jaguars, 15.2 points. Missed her first 2 free throws early on in the game, but made good on those to give the Jaguars now their largest advantage at 15. Talked about it early on. The Jaguars play everybody close in that first half, and then something kicks in that third quarter. We might have to talk to Celeste Stewart about bottling whatever that is up, because it seems to work to their advantage. On the wing, Monet Florence lining up a 3-ball. That's a little strong. Rebounded, pulled out of there by number 12. That's Green. Green brings it in the front court. And for the second time in the game, an illegal dribble is called against the Blue Bears. And that leads to immediate timeout, or maybe it's a coach's timeout. They're going to call it. And let's see if it's 30-second timeout. We're going to keep it right here. The 30-second timeout is called. 5:29 left. This is Jaguar basketball. Hope you're enjoying it from the Christenberry Fieldhouse in Augusta, Georgia. This is a championship Saturday. College football. I know there's a ton of Georgia fans out there. LSU fans as well, and they're excited about that. That game comes up. This is a perfect lead into that championship-type atmosphere as the Jaguar women. You can tell they're just so much better than what we've seen in recent years. Developed under the direction of Millette Green with the assist of Celeste Stewart. And they have honed the skills and got these ladies near where they need them to be when it comes down to competing for a Peach Belt Conference title. It's going to be a hard out to anyone that faces the Jaguars, because the great thing about this team is as they continue to, develop their chemistry, bringing in the new players and allowing them to meld into what we had with the veteran leadership. Having someone like Kiera Howard, a grad student who's seen all the best that have come through this league in the last 5 years, and she's able to kind of steer them in the right direction. Also with her communication skills, she does an excellent job of orchestrating and making sure they get where they need to be. Monet Florence, a lot of guts and guile, and she has that shooting ability. Tamaya Alford, undersized 4-player who does a little bit of everything on the floor. As you see her set a high ball screen. And now it's Howard. That ball screen led to a bucket by Howard. So that exemplifies exactly what I was talking about, as the Jaguars' largest lead is now 17, 49-32. Finishing up what we were talking about as it relates to this team from Livingstone after the loss to Glenville State. They get the shot up, no good. Second shot is blocked by Manning. They got their first win against Apprentice School Newport News, 70-42. That was back on November the 19th. Backed that one up with a victory over UVA Wise, 66-54. That was Tuesday the 22nd. And in their most recent affairs, they lost to University of Mount Olive, 74-48. University of Fort Lauderdale, 100-42. And Payne College, they were in Augusta just a couple of days ago. On Thursday, this is a long road trip, as they just stayed overnight and had the opportunity to play Augusta University today on Saturday after Thursday, defeating Payne College in a game that I watched on the CIAA Sports Network and Black College Sports Network, 96-60. So my good friend got a chance to call that one. That was Roy Evans. He was on the call of that contest, but Payne was outmanned and outgunned by these Blue Bears as they jumped on them quickly and finished off strong. In that particular contest, as I look back at some of the numbers during this media timeout, we're keeping it right here because we had our sponsors represented early in the game. It was Boyce, Alyssa Boyce, who went off. She had 26 points on 8 of 15 shooting in that game, 3 rebounds, and also 5 steals in the contest. As we take a look at some of the highlights, the Jaguars shooting in front of their bench, sometimes that helps things. As you see the 3-ball by Monet Florence, Kiera Howard to the bucket, and obviously Kennedy Manning. Fundamentals, knocking down free throws to the bucket. Howard and company, and Jag Elite. They entertained the crowd during halftime. The ladies put on quite a show to Thunderstruck. So it's a lot of fun. If you come out to these college games, you'll get a chance to see the best that the Augusta University and Peach Belt Conference have to offer in Jag Elite, the Jaguar cheerleaders, and their dance team, all represented here. And again, college basketball at its best on the Division II level right here at Augusta University. Art Berger, Jack Johnson, and a cast of thousands bringing you complete coverage of this one each and every time. And we'll be back right here again on Thursday. That's this coming Thursday for Education Day. Fifth graders from all over the county of Richmond. I think it's over 3,000 students will be invited, and they'll make their way in. And it's open to the public as well. Free admission this Thursday, game time at 11 a.m. as we face Bowie State, the nationally ranked men of Augusta University, who are right now playing the CIAA opponent. As we've got an illegal screen up high, and that will be against the Blue Bears and give the Jaguars the basketball. That'll be the fourth foul called against the local product, Jemiah Lane. So Lane out of Thompson has to check out of the lineup. She has 6 points in the game. 6 points, 2 rebounds thus far for Lane, as she's done so in about 10 minutes of action. Now to my offer, calling her own number. She gets bottled up. That's a held ball situation. But the arrow is in favor of Augusta. The Jaguars will keep possession as Kennedy Manning waits for an opportunity to come in, and she'll spell to Maya Alford. .32 is our score. The Jaguars turning it over. Working on the perimeter. Strong drive. And that's Yamani Paul reaching in to pick up another foul. So for Paul, that's her third personal foul. Paul seeing limited action due to foul difficulty in this contest. She played 1 minute and 29 seconds in the first half and may have gotten 30 seconds here in the second half before having to have a seat. From the perimeter, 3 ball is strong. Loose ball rebound. And the lefty layup is up. And there's a whistle inside against the Jaguars. That'll be Manning. So Manning's first. Jaguars' second team foul. 3 on the Livingstone team. At the line is number 23. Brianna Chambers. First time at the line for Chambers. She knocks down the first. She's a junior, 6'3". Made one, missed one. She's got 3 points in the game. Autumn Phillips now running the point. Kiera Howard in the deep right corner. Kennedy Manning on the high post. Coming out to Maya Alford, who had a brief rest. She came back in for Paul. Now Jennings. They find Howard. Shot clock at 10. Howard drives. That's a pass over the top to Manning. Tried to get the assist, but she had an open look. Should have put it up near the rim. And she was trying to set up Manning, and she looks over at it and said, that was a pass. That wasn't a shot. I saw you inside, tried to get it to you. And now Malia Grace will come in, and Jennings will check out after a brief run by her. The Jaguars, due to injury and other things, limited in their bench. We talked about their lack of scoring. They've got several players that probably will join us in January. But doing the best they can. Off to a tremendous start. 5-1 is the record. The lone loss on this floor in our last streaming broadcast for you on the Peach Belt Network. Against Wingate. Autumn Phillips looking for Grace. Finds her at the top. Goes right side to Howard. Taps her head twice. They've got Autumn Phillips on the weak side, but they don't see her. Shot clock was at 5, and Tamai Alford bottled up. And the possession arrow in favor of the Jaguars. Back in the lineup for Livingstone, number 22, Farrell. Farrell, I should say. Farrell in the lineup as the shot clock winding down. And Monet Florence arched up a three, but came up shy of the mark, and that is a shot clock violation, the first one of the game against the Jaguars. Up 16. So Les Stewart not too upset about that, as they'll bring the ball into the front court. Blue Bears have it. Good pick and roll that time. Nice pass, and the delivery by Farrell. And there's a reach in and a foul. That'll be on Kennedy Manning. That'll be her second. Both of those coming here in the third period. 2:35 left to go in the third. Jaguars up 49-33. So that's send Farrell to the line. Farrell knocks it home. Nice pass inside, nothing available there. And Jaguars picking up a personal foul, so things getting a little sloppy on the part of the Jaguars. Les Stewart clapping her hands, making sure that they know they got to pick this up, because this Livingstone team will catch a little bit of fire, and this game could be a lot closer and competitive down the stretch. Sure, Jaguars want to knock the wind out of this Blue Bear team as they misfire from the perimeter, and here come the Jaguars. Getting back defensively is Livingstone. But that doesn't mind, as a beautiful pass inside finds Grace. She elevates, misses the first and the second attempt. Ball goes out of bounds, and last touched by the Blue Bears. Papa Constantinu, the one who touched it last. We got a perimeter hold. Actually, no, it's in the paint. Somebody was holding Malia Grace, who was trying to make her way over to the weak side. So that's Chambers picking up the personal. Jaguars up 15, 1:47 left to go in the third. Half-court offense, backdoor feed, and another steal by the Blue Bears. 2-on-2 break, now 3-on-2. It leads to a bucket. That's Samaya Briggs. Watch the pass, and Briggs finishing with the right hand. For Briggs, just her second field goal. She's got 5 now. 49-36 is our score. Monet Florence back on the floor. Kiera Howard kicks it over. Autumn Phillips lines up the puppies. No. Kennedy Manning trying to get the inside positioning, and over her back comes the Blue Bear. And that's Farrell. So Manning back at the line. Made her last 2 and misses this one here. Manning with 14, now make it 15. She's got 12 rebounds as well, so another double-double performance by Kennedy Manning. She also has her average, 15 and 11. She's got 15 and 12. She continues to play like this. Manning could be considered for the Peach Belt Conference Player of the Year before the conference season begins. Speaking of conference season, it begins in earnest next Saturday as the Jaguar women will take on Georgia Southwestern State as they come a call into the Christenberry Fieldhouse. 1:30 and 3:30, the scheduled times for those contests. That's a week from today. Peach Belt Conference schedule has the first 3 games. Actually, 2 of the first 3 games, Peach Belt Conference contest. Georgia Southwestern and then Columbus State were the first 2 opponents. Then a matchup against Newberry. That's a single game, just women only. The men will be playing at Newberry that afternoon. Over the top, Monet Florence has it. Now she looks. Finds Yamani Paul. Paul goes over to Jennings, into the corner to Autumn Phillips. 3 ball is no good. Followed up by Alford. As she went over the back, no call. So 13-point lead. They trimmed it down to 13. Chambers operating. Jump hook too strong. Loose ball rebound by Alford. Alford with that board now has 7 rebounds to go along with 14 points. Autumn Phillips. Shot clock is off. Final seconds of the third period. High ball screen by Paul. Driving, putting it up softly, no good. Followed up by Alford, and she goes down hard. But she's okay. Has a little hitch and a giddy up after that one. She'll actually stretch out a little bit. Fell on her hip. And she gets a nice little round of applause from the knowledgeable fans, recognizing that she's tough as nails, getting up after that injury so quickly. Still adjusting that left hip, and she'll head to the line. 0.2 of a second left. And for Alford, that's her first points here in the second half. So now Alford has game high honors with 16. And the Jaguars have a 15-point advantage as we've completed 3 quarters of play. We're headed to the 4th. The Jaguars up 52-37. You're watching Jaguar basketball.
We have a unique, compelling story that deserves to be told. We are ambitious, brave, fearless, and fresh. When others see challenges, we see opportunities. We have an innovative spirit that runs through our veins. It inspires us to reimagine and recreate the future, and not to only be different, but to make a difference.
I help discover treatments that make a difference in patients' lives.
I inspire my students to achieve their full potential.
Seeing student athletes perform at their best draws me, the coach.
I feel at home here, training side by side with experts in cybersecurity.
I'm dedicated to train our future leaders to serve our country.
I'm the first in my family to attend college.
I roar for Jag Nation. We're ambitious and fearless.
I'm driven to protect and serve Jag Nation.
A calling.
A campus.
A legacy.
A roar.
Augusta University is an experience like no other.
And we're here inside the Christenberry Fieldhouse. Augusta University, founded in 1828. And the excitement is palatable as you see some of the Livingstone fans making their way in as well, representing. The big LC is in the house on this Saturday afternoon, Championship Saturday. Not sure if you got a chance to watch any of the action, but college football is at the fore, and it will be again tonight. But right now, all of our attention is on college basketball as we wind down into the 4th period of play. It's been an exciting game for Jaguar fans as they have controlled things from the start. 15-13 was the score at the end of the opening quarter. 23-17 was the run in the second quarter that led us to the halftime locker room. The Jaguars out ahead, and then 14-7 was the run there in the third to increase the lead. It's now 15. Still the advantage for Livingstone in points off turnovers, 19-9. Paint points belong to Augusta, 34-18. Second chance points to the Jaguars as well, 11-3. Fast break points, 8-4 in favor of AU. As there's a three ball. Florence, it's short, rebounded by Gray. No, that's Paul. Gets it in the hands of Alford, and she scores off the window. Look at that jump shot using the window. Tim Duncan would be extremely proud. My mom always said that's why the box is there. They use that glass. Beautiful drive and a finish. And there's Samara Briggs. She's come in for Dre Alexander and held her own, that is. She's got 7 points in the game. Now an opportunity to cut the deficit. But Alford with a steal, ball still alive, picked up by Jennings. Had a lot of ladies hit the floor in this game. You would think this was a conference contest. I guess they're playing it as such as we're getting so close to the conference season. Bounce pass on the left wing, or right wing that is. Jump shot up there by Yamani Paul, no good. Paul is yet to score since she was trying to get in the scoring column with the Jaguars up by 15. Just over 8 minutes left to go in the fourth period. On the wing, three, no good. To my offer. They're working against a 1-3-1 zone defense now. Bullet pass down low. Yamani Paul hawks one up and finds the bottom. Not going to hold Yamani Paul down for long. She's only played a few moments in this contest. 2 minutes and 52 seconds before being inserted in the lineup for this fourth period. And Paul gets her first field goal. Wild shot put up that time, rebounded by Paul. Out on the perimeter, there's a push, and Briggs will be the culprit. That's Briggs' fourth personal foul. Paul and Farrell checking out of the lineup. Back in the lineup for the Blue Bears, number 12, Green. And joining her out there is number 42, the starter, Alexis Lake. She's seen limited action. She's working against Yamani Paul in that 1-3-1, and then Paul gets tripped. Papa Constantidou was the one who picked up that one. Phillips drives, gets inside, ball taken away, but knocked out of bounds. And Augusta will keep the possession. Physical game this has been. Shot clock is at 9 on the inbound. Autumn Phillips realizes it. Looking for the high ball screen, gets it from Kennedy Manning. Goes back to Manning. Manning arches up the shot, and it's pure. Kennedy Manning. Look at the pass that sets up Kennedy Manning, realizing only 2 seconds on the shot clock. She buries it. Back the other way. 3 ball in the air, no good. Partially deflected by Manning. Give her a block on that one. Her first block of the game officially. Back the other way they go. She dropped the ball, let it bounce, then picked it up. And now they're operating on the offensive end. There's a drive and a jump shot by Lane. No good. Loose ball rebound. Gang rebounding by the Jaguars as Kiera Howard comes in there. Manning had carved out some space for her. 19-point lead for the Jags, looking to put it up over the 20-point total, and there's Manning to the bucket. This is Boyce. She got called for that dribbling violation earlier. Could have called it again there. She turned it over. Manning with the spin. Puts up the shot. She's hammered, and that'll be it for Lane, I believe. Jemiah Lane. Yep, so Jemiah Lane, the Thompson product, fouls out of the game at the 5:12 mark of the fourth period. Lane finishing up the night with 8 points and 5 rebounds. 4 of 7 shooting. And her return did so in about 14 minutes of action. And now Manning goes back to the line. Manning makes the second one. Jaguars are up by 20. Had a whistle in close. I think that might go against Kennedy Manning. No, Yamani Paul on the reach in. That was Farrell with the left-handed hook, as we've got the media timeout with 4:58 left to go in regulation. The Jaguars up by 20. You're watching Jaguar basketball. For a difference-making situation when this game, why the Jaguars up by 20. Paint points. The Jaguars shooting and scoring in the paint early and often. 38 points in the paint for the Jaguars, just 20 in the contest for Livingstone. And then the second chance points as well, much to the advantage of Augusta. 13-3 the number there. So far in this contest, the Jaguars holding them to just 31.5% shooting from the floor, 7% from three-point land on 1 of 14 shooting from distance, and 40% from the free throw line. A total defensive domination on the part of the Jaguars. They're also controlling the boards. 51-21 is the score. The number. Imani Paul at the free throw line. Tries to get it down to Kennedy Manning. Had the open look. Coach telling her, you need to shoot that thing. Back the other way they come. Jennings, staunch defender, ball, man-on-man defender. Look at Jennings' work. So Jennings paying dividends off the bench. Only 2 bench points in this game. Yamani Paul knocking that one home. You saw it a few moments ago. But again, just a limited bench numbers. Only 3 active players on the bench. So 8 players able to be a part of this contest. Now Kennedy Manning goes cross court. Jennings. It finds Paul. Paul tries to get in slow. She does to Manning. Shot up no good. Followed up by Howard. No good. Pulled out of there by Manning, and she's hammered. Bodies everywhere. Celeste Stewart doing a great job of substituting players, keeping them fresh. As Kennedy Manning goes back to the line. She was 1 of 2 the last time out. Manning now 5 of 9 from the line, 19 points, and 13 rebounds. She leads the way for Augusta. 18 in the contest for Tamaya Alford, and she's got 10 rebounds. Kennedy Manning leads the proceedings. And she steps away. Malia Grace comes back in. Jaguars in a man-to-man out of the timeout. And there's a foul against Grace. Speed and quickness by Alexander blew by her. So Jordan Alexander at the line. Left-hander puts it up and down. Alexander 2 of 3 at the line. She knocks down the second one. So Alexander has 5. She's out of Stone Mountain, as is Kennedy Manning. They try to hoist it down low to Malia Grace, and there's a whistle. Ball tipped out of bounds. Last touch by the Blue Bears. So Augusta will trigger. Imani Paul. Shot clock at 15, so she works the ball on the perimeter. Now they get it down to Grace. Looking for somebody cutting. Comes over the top to Jennings. Into the hands of Florence. Shot clock is down to 5. Florence gets her pocket pick. Goes to the basket. Right hand is up and down. That's Varvara Papakonstantinou. (60-44). The lead is down to 16. 3:05 left to play. We got a timeout called by the Jaguars as they'll try to regroup. There's Celeste Stewart, along with her brain trust, Lindsey Payton and Yogi Lee. And at this point in this juncture of the game, she just wants ball movement. Try to get the ball around the horn, break down the defense, and get it inside where we've had so much success in this contest. The Jaguars shooting 41% in the game, 22 of 53 following that last timeout, to just 31.5% shooting for Livingstone. 1 of 14 for them from deep, 4 of 10 from the free throw line. The Jaguars 14 of 20 from the stripe. So get the ball inside, force them to foul. And now let's see what they operate. How they operate, that is, as Autumn Phillips turns it over. Coaches hate that out of the timeout. It leads to a fast break opportunity. A layup attempt, no good. Papakonstantinou could not make that one work, but she'll step up to the line to shoot 2. Varvara Papakonstantinou. In case you don't have the program in front of you, it's Papakonstantinou. Could you pass me a vowel? Knocks down the free throw. She's from Athens, Greece, a junior, 5'9". Tamaya Alford off the pump fake. Juke right, came back to the left-hand side and got hit on the forehead. The referee comes in for a closer look. And Tamaya at the line. (62-46). Alford does her work at the free throw line. From the perimeter. Another missed perimeter shot by Livingstone. (20 points now for Alford. 19 for Kennedy Manning. Those are leading scorers for Augusta. As Alford goes back to the line again. I was looking at the heights for players from last season to this, and Tamaya Alford actually grew 2 inches over the summer. Alford taking care of business again at the line to continue to keep the lead above 15. It's now 17 as Kiera Howard and Alford will check out. Kennedy Manning joins them on the bench. Those are the 3 bench players. Key cogs for the Jaguar success. And now Malia Grace getting some valuable minutes as the blow-by works out for Briggs. Maya Briggs, her third 2-point field goal. She's now 4 of 10 from the floor, has 7 points and 2 rebounds in this one. That foul went against Jordan Alexander. And Autumn Phillips will head to the line. Phillips on the night, 2 of 2. Phillips with 6 points and 4 rebounds. Has 1 assist thus far. They give her 7. So Alford with 20. 18 in the game for Kennedy Manning. Kiera Howard with 8. And watch the move right there by Briggs with the reverse move. Little English. High floater. Will it find the bottom? No. Grace fighting for it. Kept it alive to her teammate on the weak side. That was Paul, and Paul will head to the line to shoot 2. Alexis Lake picking up the personal. She's one of the rare players in this game overall without foul difficulties. That's her first. Paul at the line. And Paul makes the second. And we got an offensive foul down on this end.
It's an offensive foul, ladies and gentlemen, for number 1, Maya Briggs. That's her 5th and final foul.
Nate Florence bringing the ball up the floor, and there's a whistle in the backcourt. A foul committed by the Blue Bears. Livingstone 4-3. Looks like they're headed to even up the slate, barring something unforeseen in this last 63 seconds as Florence heads to the line and buries the first, extending the Jaguar lead to 16. Got an update just a few moments ago from Virginia Union, the number 2 rated team in all the land. The Augusta University Jaguars are trailing in the contest by 12. That game started a half an hour behind ours, so still plenty of time for Demetrius in the bunch to get back on the winning side of things. They've been behind before, and obviously they've gone all the way to the national championship with this team. They know how to make a comeback, but playing in a hostile environment, CIAA opponent. Guevara at the line. She struggled there thus far. But a 19-second differential between shot and game clock. Jaguars may take it all the way down. Florence trying to avoid the foul. And finally, they call one. Coach said we don't want to give up free throws. We want to play defense, solid defense, go for a steal. And if the steal results in a foul, we'll take it. But just not fouling for fouling's sake. Nate Florence missing the free throw here. Florence, who averaged 10.5 points a game. Unofficially with 8 now. There's a floater. Too strong, rebounded by Jennings, and that should do it. Jaguars just have to bring it across the timeline, and they can run out the clock. Autumn Phillips gets some space. 5 seconds. Ball deflected in the backcourt. No violation. And Phillips will gallop her way to the victory. The Jaguars victorious by 17 as they rebounded from that loss here at home against Wingate with a pair of victories this week. Taking care of Claflin, and now the opportunity to beat a team on our floor. Tough team from Livingstone, the Blue Bears, who played Payne really tough and had the better of the Lions. But this time, the Blue Bears were caged by the Jaguars. Coming up in just a few moments, Jack Johnson will bring you the post-game show with Celeste Stewart. That is up in just a little bit. You're watching Jaguar basketball.
We have a unique, compelling story that deserves to be told. We are ambitious, brave, fearless, and fresh. When others see challenges, we see opportunities. We have an innovative spirit that runs through our veins. It inspires us to reimagine and recreate the future, and not to only be different, but to make a difference.
I help discover treatments that make a difference in patients' lives.
I inspire my students to achieve their full potential.
Seeing student athletes perform at their best draws me the coach.
I feel at home here, training side by side with experts in cybersecurity.
I'm dedicated to train our future leaders to serve our country.
I'm the first in my family to attend college.
I roar for Jag Nation. We're ambitious and fearless.
I'm driven to protect and serve Jag Nation.
A calling.
A campus.
A legacy.
A roar.
Augusta University is an experience like no other.
is the biggest thing, and just understanding that we always got to be an outlet to the ball, and we got to control the tempo of the game.
I gotcha. And, moving on, last game at Claflin, you guys busted open a big 16-7 run to start the second half. You came out and kind of did the same thing in the second half here. So you consider your team to be more of a second half heavy team? Is that what you would say moving forward?
Well, I'll say for us, we got to be able to start every quarter strong. And so coming out of halftime, that's always an emphasis. For us to be able to compete the way we want to, we got to be able to have strong finishes to start.
Gotcha. And last question here for you, Coach. So you had two players that led all others in scoring. It was Tamia Alford and Kennedy Manning. What do you think of their performances today?
Yeah, Tamia, she plays on both ends of the floor, so that helps. And then with Kennedy Manning, she's rebounding like crazy right now, and being able to find her sweet spot. So I'm just glad we have a team effort. Any given night, it can be anyone. So.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Coach. We'll go ahead and kick it back to Charles.
Thank you so much, Jack. Appreciate that. Thanks, Coach, as well, and congratulations as we get a chance to see some of the highlights of this one. Outstanding game it has been for the Jaguars as they got off to a fast start, leading from the start to the finish. And with plays, as you see, a variety of them. Autumn Phillips with a gorgeous left-handed scoop shot to the hole. Tamia Alford, leading scorer in the game as well, getting it done. Kennedy Manning working the boards, keeping it alive, and with the finish, just a variety of plays and then knocking down free throws. I'm sure they'll work a little bit on their free throw game in the time before the next contest next Saturday. But the Jaguars still getting it done. And congratulations again on their 6th victory of the season. Excellent effort by the Jaguars as they were able to take care of business. And again, Community Day was a big success here in Augusta, Georgia. We're looking forward to having you guys with us on Thursday when the men will be in action, the number 2 rated team in all the land, and they'll take on Bowie State. Until then, for Art Berger, for our good friend Jack Johnson and the entire team here, we want to thank you for tuning in, and we hope to have you right back here next time. Take care, everyone.